Yes, good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's training.
Recording in progress.
So, yeah, today we're going to do transmission products, and our focus will be switches. So basically, transmission products that are used for Dahua products. So just some minutes before we can begin. So we begin exactly at 10:10. So just give others some time to join the meeting. So we'll wait for the others. So my name is Sheldon. I'm from the Tech Support Department at Dahua Technology Limited. And so basically handling marketing from East Africa. We have a region of marketing handling the African market. So our other main offices include offices in South Africa. We have offices in Nigeria. So basically handling East Africa up to Burundi, Rwanda, and even countries like Ethiopia and Djibouti. So for support side, so we have quite a size of technical team. So in terms of support, our support is getting better with time. So we have a team of technical, others dealing with projects, others dealing with repairs. So regardless of your issue or regardless of your inquiry, we have a team that's ready to handle on the side. So also for the various companies that you guys are from, we have a sales team that handle your various company. So I think for those of us maybe who have already been part of have been registered with us as a company, so they already have a salesperson handling them. So in case of you have issues of regarding you want to order some products, you want to get prices of specific products, to be assisted in terms of project application, etc. So the sales teams that are handling you will coordinate with our technical, and at the end of the day, you'll be assisted. Apart from that, maybe something else to mention regarding the meeting. So I'd advise you guys when you are joining the meeting, you join with your company name. So it's good for you to join with your company name also, that for accountability purposes and to be able to so more of accountability purposes, so that you know which company has attended. It's good from our side and so from our side. So yes, we start exactly at 10:10, and our focus of today's topic will be transmission products. So transmission products, that is including switches, wireless devices, the various applicability. So we understand most of you just know more of our 24-port switch, maybe the 8-port or the 4-port. So we have other quite vast variety of products that we offer in transmission side. So I think we get to know them in a few. Okay, so we can begin. So today's topic is transmission products and solutions. So basically the products that we provide in terms of transmission, and maybe there are various applicable scenarios for the same. So we'll do things like covering about PoE switch. So PoE switches regarding the various type of PoE switches that we offer. We'll do access switch. So access switch in terms of those switches that you just need in your desktop, or maybe to just perform the functions of basic functionality of a switch. We'll talk about that. We'll do a bit of aggregation. So for those of us maybe who understand the Cisco straight architecture, where you do organize your network in terms of from the access layer to the core layer, we talk about those products that can be applied in the various scenarios. Maybe apart from that, we also do cover a bit of wireless devices and accessories. So the wireless devices not only talk about the bridges, we talk about the V radios, maybe the indoor and outdoor devices, and also routers. So we also do routers for those of us maybe who are not aware of the products. So the training is more of sales, but more of sales and pre-sales. So so that's just more of product knowledge. So for you guys, so that you can be able to know we have certain products in case maybe a client approached you and maybe you don't know who to go to for such case scenario. So you can always come to us maybe from this, you get to know the solution that we have. And also a bit of accessories in terms of PoE extenders, media converter, that is maybe you want to do conversion from fiber to Ethernet or Cat6, and also maybe to wireless, so fiber to wireless, etc., and even network cables, so and other accessories. So from this is just a product guide. I think I'll take a snip of this. I'll take a snip of this, then I'll share with you guys. I think this one is a good any mind map for our products. So I'll take a snap of it and share with you guys, so that for those maybe who understand the technology, you'll be able to know about it. So I'll be talking about some of the key technologies that are being used in switches. So as much as we're talking of PoE switch, we'll just mention a bit about what makes our switches different, what makes our switches perform better regarding to other manufacturer switches, and such information. So maybe we begin maybe to mention about our PoE products, because we're going to talk about PoE. So, and our PoE supports longer, higher and smarter transmission with the PoE watchdog and a 90 watt red port. So what is a red port in our switch? So a red port is a port in which, in case of maybe something happens, we have priority of devices. Like there are ports in a switch that get more priority in terms of maybe performance, or maybe in case of failure of the switch, we have that priority for that particular port. So we also support long distance PoE switch, and maybe something for a normal standard switch, you would have do transmission of up to 100 meters, but our ePoE technology supports distance to even 800 meters via UTP cable, or if you're going to use coaxial cable, you can do transmission of up to 1,000 meters. So that's quite a distance. So that's the maybe advantage of our switch. And maybe something to mention about this ePoE technology. For you to achieve that ePoE technology, we need an ePoE switch. At the same time, we need an ePoE camera. So that may be something to put into note. We also do intelligent PoE. So in case maybe all ports are down, we have that port that will always be on. Apart from that, I'll mention we have various switches that various PoE switches that perform in various conditions. So you might be having a case scenario where you have an industry, or maybe an industry, or maybe a factory where we have high temperatures. So with our switches, we have switches that can perform better in such kind of conditions. So we have switches that can perform in high temperature regions, and even in extreme low temperatures scenarios. So we do 8-pin power supply. So the working principle of a traditional switch is that you would do a 2-pin, you do 4-pin, that is 2 pairs of cables in the UTP. And for our case, we do up to power using the 8-pin. And there's still compatibility with 4-pin devices. So yes, you are doing power with 8-pin, but still you can use with any device that supports PoE. And the advantage of that, you can do now. That's how now we achieve the long distance transmission. And in case of a failure, we still have those performance issues. So maybe some of our switches that we have. So we have different design, different make for different switches. So we have others that do quite a number of SFP ports. And I'll not go into details of this information, but we do have 4 PoE port switches with the different power. So with different power ranging from 60 watts to 36. So sometimes you might be having an issue where a tender where you're required to supply a switch which supports a specified certain threshold of power. So we do provide a variety of options for you to choose. So for these small switches, it's unmanaged, meaning it's just a plug and play switch. So unmanaged switch. In terms of switching capability, we do one Gbps. So I'm not going into much details of such things. Maybe now, if you are going to do the actual implementation of maybe actual looking for the product, now we can engage more in terms of such and such issues. So maybe some of the key technologies we talk about is about PoE technology, PoE watchdog, intelligent PoE, and non-blocking video transmission. So we also have the desktop switch. So the desktop switch are more of those small switches, and we do different ports. We do from a normal Ethernet ports to even up to gigabit ports. So yes, you have an 8-port switch which support even a gigabit port. Also do some products. These products have transmission of even distances up to 250 meters. So we give you a variety regarding our transmission products. So I'm not going to talk about details of these switches. Maybe now, if you need a requirement, you can now talk to us. We talk to you about maybe the other specifications. So you can see even some other switches do performance of up to 5 Gbps for switching capability. And packaging rate. So yes, you have an 8-port, but how good? How is the performance of that 8-port? So such cases are important in terms of switches parameters. So we have different ports, so ranging from even 4-port to 24 ports in terms of appearance. So you can see we have quite a variety of products and appearance. So let me mention a bit some issues. So sometimes we have also in terms of our products, we provide you with a switch that has a combo port. What is a combo port? A combo port, yes, you have like for this case, we have this switch which has two uplink ports. So one of the uplink ports is a 1G speed, while the other one is a fiber port. So a combo port means that these two ports work as one, meaning you can only use one port at a time. So that's a combo port. So we have that capability, or maybe switches that do that performance. Apart from that, we also have switches that do different. So yes, you don't have combo port, but you have different ports that can do different functionality at the same time. So two different uplink ports. We also have gigabit ports. So we have all gigabit port switches ranging from 4 port to 24 port, I think also to 48 port in terms of access, aggregation or core switches. So we see some of the other gigabit ports that we have. So with PoE technology, PoE 8.2. So support distance of up to 250 meters. So we also have hardened switch. So I mentioned to you before about switches that can do well performance in terms of in installation in with places with high temperature, or maybe installation inside of the buildings. So maybe you're going to install a switch in a harsh environment or even outdoor. So you find a case scenario you're installing a switch in outdoor where there's maybe direct sunlight or something. We have those kind of switches called the hardened switch, which can perform better in terms of such kind of installation. We also have a flat switch. So let me, this one's an example of a flat switch. So if a flat switch, it's a switch that you can mount on the wall, and then maybe the ports are on the front plane. We also have access switches. So access switches are non-PoE switches. That is just a normal performance switch, maybe used for your case for if you are a service provider, internet service provider, or maybe you do those projects regarding internet connectivity. So such kind of small projects, you can go with our switches. So they're also plastic, and they can still operate in different temperatures and can withstand lightning. So in terms of protection from lightning. So access switches. So access switches are our switches that are non-PoE. So from the very base part, you are going to do connection to the end devices. Our access. We also have access switches for the same. So non-PoE switches which can still perform well in terms of installation on site. So if you just need a switch, you can contact with us, we can give you. And we also provide favorable prices. I'm not going to talk about pricing, but in case maybe you need pricing for the same, contact us. You can be comparing with various manufacturers regarding the products that they offer with ours. So you can see various types or various types of access switches. So we have even hardened switch, which are access switches at the same time. We do also provide aggregation switches. So from the hierarchical organization of a network, that is from the access to the core layer, we also do aggregation switches. So the switches which have high performance or maybe high switching capability to be able to support between the access and the core side of the network, we do provide such kind of products. So we have aggregation switches that are all the ports are SFP, or maybe all the ports are Ethernet, but gigabit Ethernet. So you can see even a MAC table of 32,000. So such transmorty issues. And these switches are web-based management. So we can do a command line. So you get a web-based interface. You can do command line interface the same way you access Cisco switches, and they also do SNMP. By design, also by structure, we have different designs and different appearances for our aggregation switches. So I told you we had 48 port aggregation switch. So this is the aggregation switch with SFP ports and normal Gigabit Ethernet port, and a switching capability of 2 terabyte, 2.5 TB, a packet rating, forward reading date. So it's a very good performance switch. Also, maybe something to mention regarding the products that we provide. Regarding these products, we also do support warranty and support for the same. Maybe if you purchase a product, you have issues with it, on-time warranty with it. So for the aggregation switches, something to mention about it. So they support OSPF. So for those of us maybe who understand networks, the routing protocols, we do OSPF RIP. And with now the aggregation switches, this switch which has 48 port, or so for the 48 port ones, not all 48 ports, some of the 48 ports we do OSPF, RIP, BGP, and ISIS protocols. So see vast quite variety of protocols supported for this aggregation switch. So from also from the core switches, we have different core switches. So and these switches are very huge, very big. So also for switch, we provide core switches. Maybe if you feel like you need a core switch, you can contact us. We can talk to you about it. And we have different application scenarios because they are the ones that support cards and needs to be configured in terms of maybe if you want to for the various ports, maybe different interface cards. So kind of switches supported. And you see it meets the network standard for the core switches. So they're up to standard switches. We also have, yes, we've been talking about platforms for management of devices. We also provide a platform for management of transmission devices. So we have this iLink 6-view network management platform. With this platform, you're able to do things like real-time analysis of network conditions, doing intelligent display of network topology. So basically, you have your switches the same way you would do network discovery or from the maybe I'll use the case of Cisco, where you're going to do discovery of Cisco devices in the network. So this one you can still do that to be able to create that topology for you, a logical topology for you. And also it can do so real-time monitoring and creating of those alarms for the same. So you see, you can have device visualization in terms of, so it can be able to identify the switch and maybe do visualization of the device, maybe bandwidth. So you can be able to see how a switch performs with various devices in terms of bandwidth, how fast is the port operating, or how maybe if it has faulty, etc. So some of the features supported by the platform include things like conflict. You can do status alarm. So terminal status alarm, look back, if there's a look back, maybe congestion alarm. So still look back, switches can have their own technology to prevent those loops. So if you feel there is a question you need to ask, maybe something to clarify, you can just ask. You can raise your hand or maybe you can unmute yourself and ask. I'll also talk about wireless devices. Yes, we provide wireless devices. So we do wireless devices for different application, different design, different sizes. So we do for our wireless devices, we do point-to-point, point-to-multipoint, and back-to-back applications. So we still also provide devices that can cover even up to 20 kilometers. And some of the access technologies we use is a time division multiple access, so to ensure high reliability. So for installation, they're easy, and maybe to configure it's even very easy. We also do so apart from giving you a wireless device, we have the platform DWMS, which will help you to to do management of your wireless devices at no cost. It's a free platform. So I'll just go hover around it so you can see the designs, various designs. So you can see even we have this kind of design. So you can you can even try our products. Do not only go towards Ubiquiti or Unify. You can even try our wireless products and see their performance. So for application scenarios like lifts, application scenarios like outdoor configuration, maybe installation of cameras, you can check out our products. So we also have routers. So we also have 4G routers. We do a normal access point for elevators. So this kind of products used for elevator installation. We also have MIMO routers. So the kind of routers that require performance, or maybe there are a higher number of people using it, we do provide those kind of routers, the MIMO routers. So we go into accessories. So we'll go into wireless product accessories. So we have PoE extenders, or maybe the PoE midspan. So that is, you want to power up a certain PoE device, or power two PoE devices from one device and extend the network as a bridge. We have such kind of products. We also do PoE extenders. We also do have Ethernet media converter. That is, maybe you want to change from fiber to Cat6 or Cat6 to fiber. We have such kind of products. We also do have Ethernet over coaxial accessories. So you have a scenario where you want to transmit long distance coaxial information. So you have Ethernet over coaxial. We also have rail power supply. So for those of us who did not know this, we have DIN rail power supplies. We also do SFP. So yes, we provide SFP modules, but yes, if you need SFP module, you can contact us. Maybe you can talk more about it. And also we do provide Cat6 cables. So maybe for those of us who have noticed, you might realize that our product is a bit costly in terms of the Ethernet cables. But the reason as to why is because our cables are pure copper. So you might some products you might find that you have other manufacturers giving you very cheap cables. Those ones are not pure copper. Actually, they are aluminum, but ours are very pure copper. And also maybe to factor in for that case, in a few, maybe in the market for Kenya and maybe in the region that you are covering. So we'll be providing cheaper versions of our Cat6 cables, and they'll be available in the market for those. So you can be checking with our distributors. Will be able to know of the products that we'll be providing, the cheap ones. So someone is asking, are these products available locally? So some of these products are available locally, some are not available locally. But for the case maybe you might need one, we can link you up with someone who has it. Maybe if it's not available, it might take some, not more than a month for you to get some products. So because we are having constant shipment for our distributor, so most likely you might, in case it's not there, it might be added into the list they are shipping. So applications for our switches, so we do CCTV side, you can have aggregation. So if you're going to configure your network, so you can see such kind of applications. So different switches, you have aggregation switch now to connect to various scenario. So also in intelligent transportation system, So we did some time back, we did intelligent parking. So for those outdoor case scenarios, or maybe scenarios where there's high heat, etc., so you can use the hardened switches maybe and connect to aggregation switch. Some other applications include intelligent building. So if you're going to do access control configuration, you can use our switches to do the same powering and connection. We also do for 5G wireless transmission. So for 5G wireless transmission, you can use our wireless products. So you can see a case scenario where you have PTZ cameras in a very quite long distance, and they have used this wireless device. Yes, you can decide to go with fiber, but still a wireless device will still do well in that application case scenario. So you can see the application. And at the end of the day, so they're doing point to multi-point or point to point. Then you have the connection to the switch, and now the overall network is complete. So for elevator case scenarios, so you can use our wireless devices in elevators. So at the top of elevator car, you can have a wireless device, then another in the wireless device. So we have applied even this wireless device locally here in Kenya, and it performs very well. So also for those of us maybe want to install cameras in lifts, you can use the wireless device for such case. So in terms of performance and reliability, those switches are very nice. Okay, any question? Any question before I think we can call it a day? Or maybe let me just talk briefly about some of our products before we can close it. So majority of what I'm going to talk about next is we have already covered in our document. So next time you guys are joining meeting, I would advise you guys to join with your company name. So for accountability, so if you're join with the name of your company. So we already covered this transmission products. So I already covered this. I'll see which product has not been mentioned, then you can check it. Oh, also apart from that, we have firewalls. Sorry. Yes, although, okay. So firewalls is included in the transmission products. We also do provide firewalls and gateways. So we have gateways and firewalls. So on our firewalls is a standard firewalls, and the gateway is still a standard gateway. So for a complete network visualization with implementation of our products, so you can see from wireless access points to switches, from the aggregation to core switches. Then we have even our router, Dahua router, or the VPG, so video protection system to provide security in your network infrastructure. So also managed switches. So managed switches and auto discover. For IPC and NVR, we do SFP modules. So basically, just to add was about the firewall devices and video protection system. Sorry, not video protection system, but yeah, video protection system. Okay, so I think we can call it today. So thank you for joining the meeting. If you have inquiry regarding the various transmission products that I've covered, you can contact me on my WhatsApp or my email. And then if you need inquiry regarding the products, you want to purchase the product, you want to be able to get the pricing, just feel free, you can contact me anytime. Also, you can contact me, you can confirm your salesperson who is handling you, then we can organize the pricing for the sale. For POC products, we also provide a POC. So those for the case where you're having a scenario you want to test the product, maybe to do a proof of concept, feel free to contact us. So someone is asking, I have a scenario where previous installation of IP-based camera, yes, the customer bought an non-PoE camera. how do we go about it? So for that case where you need to, an NPOE camera, you need to have an adapter. So you can take an adapter near to the device. Let me just show you which product you can use. So the product is not here in this accessory, but basically you need to take the product. You can contact me. Can you contact me kindly? Once the technologies, just reach out to me on WhatsApp. We can give you the quotation of the product that you are required for that case. And I think you can engage more so you know how to implement it, because I don't want to give you a vague answer regarding the installation. Just contact me on my WhatsApp number. So that's my number. So yes, I have sent my number there. You can contact me on that number. So any other question regarding the transmission products? So if you feel like you need a product, so I've sent my email on the chat. So contact me anytime. We might be able to help each other on the same. Okay, so if there's no other question, we meet tomorrow for another training, and you guys can have a lovely day. So thank you for coming. See you tomorrow. And tomorrow when you're joining the training, joining with your names. So the name of your company. Tomorrow I'll not be having training. We meet the day after tomorrow. Sorry. Have a nice day. Meet on Wednesday for another training.